Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another crypto video. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content. Today we are going to be discussing some massive volume influxes on Hedera Hashgraph. So, first and foremost, let's jump into coin market cap, because coin market cap and live coin watch are completely different in terms of their rankings. If we come down here, Hedera Hashgraph is sitting pretty at 50, currently down about 5.9% in 24 hours. If we come over to live coin watch, we could actually come down here and see that Hedera Hashgraph has jumped up to the 46th spot. So they are a little bit behind, I suppose, than coin market cap, but it is still incredible to see it kind of making moves in the market overall. We did get some jump in terms of volume and also price. If we come over here, just recently we were at above, I should say, the 200-day MA. Like I said, I will keep you guys in the loop whenever I see something live that is interesting on Hbar. We did hit about 19.3 cents. We almost hit 19.5. And the 19.5 cent zone is very interesting, and we'll talk more about why it is. But I do want to also analyze the Bitcoin pair for Hbar, because we've seen some massive changes in that chart as well. So if we look here, we were basically about to, in my opinion, decouple from Bitcoin. We were almost over every single 50, 100, and 200 MA. We basically broke it a little bit, but we couldn't hold it. But what's interesting about this is this looks very bullish. If honestly, like, we're still above the 200-day MA on this chart, and we haven't broke key support at all on this Bitcoin pair. Now, a lot of people who are new to crypto and doesn't know the difference between these pairs, basically this pair is just the way that it's performing compared to Bitcoin. Basically, the best way that I could describe it is it's almost like how well Hedera Hashgraph is performing towards the dollar or whatever the case may be. That's basically the way that I could describe it. But we are still ranging on key support. Like, if we come back here, we're still pretty much above, because this is actually where we are up here. But even down here, we were at above levels that we seen back in May. And even at our current levels, we're pretty much above prices that we've seen even from back in April on the Bitcoin chart. The Bitcoin chart looks incredible compared to the USD chart. Now, a lot of people still are saying that, price action looks bad on Hbar, but this looks incredibly bullish considering we are still above the 200-day MA, and we are pretty much almost on the exact line of the 100-day MA. Now, I'm not expecting us to do any sort of massive parabolic push up, but we have seen some increased volume on Hbar overall, and it was very exciting to see it. But right now we are below the 200-day MA. You see the difference between the pairs, because we are massively above the 200 MA on the Bitcoin pair, but on the USD pair, we are below the 200-day MA. Now, this one, I said, we will most likely find resistance around this 19.5 zone, and we actually got to 19.3, found resistance, and kind of broke it down. It is what it is, but I was expecting it. But we did get a massive push up from the prices that we've seen today. And I told you guys on Twitter, I was buying down here. A lot of people called me crazy for buying when the market was so volatile. Listen, I buy blood. It's as simple as that. Still up 16% since my buy-in. Incredible overall. Now, why was I talking about that 19.5 cent zone so much, right? It's because we actually had some massive buy pressure there. We had a 2.1 million Hbar order at 19.5 cents. Just to give you guys a rough estimate on this is about $400,000 plus of a buy-in at 19.5. We also had another similar buy-in here at 1.23 million Hbar. So we were getting some massive volume. Even, this is about at 19.5 cents. We did hit that 19.5 cents for a very short time. but it was short-lived by this pump or this dump down. Like I said, I was expecting it. It is what it is. But we did get some massive volume nonetheless. Even if we come over to coin market cap and we look at Hbar, we could see that the volume increased by almost 5%. This is kind of changed now since there was some massive sell-offs, but we did get some more volume overall. We still see, all right, so there we go. So it's at 5.77%. We did see some increased volume. It was a little bit volatile at some point in time, but it's still looking decent compared to Bitcoin, especially once we come over to the Bitcoin chart. Like I said, we are holding strong above that 200-day MA. And we see the volume is kind of stable here, nothing too crazy in terms of volume. And we are currently at some nice zones here. If we look here compared to Bitcoin, if we can actually go look at the Bitcoin chart 1 second, we could see that it's performing extremely well compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now did drop down to about under 32 grand. We are currently at about 31.9K. We are testing the low from today. Like I said, I do expect us to try to retest 31K flat, which would be here. And if that is broken, we definitely will test 30K. But like I said, it's night and day if we look at the chart here, right? I mean, if we zoom out a little bit, this just looks terrible. This looks very parabolic. To be completely honest with you, even if this drops down a little bit, I would not be too concerned. But the correlation here, I mean, we could definitely see a little bit of decoupling happening. But right now it's hard to tell what's going to really happen with Hbar. But we did decouple quite a bit from other altcoins when we do look at Livecoin Watch, with most altcoins down in the double digits. We are only down currently about 7.10%. A lot of assets are down like 24%, 11, 20. I mean, the entire market is bad right now. XRP down 14.2%. Dogecoin, which I posted in the Discord, down 28%, almost 30%. In the 24-hour period, which is crazy. It's crazy to think about because Hbar is so strong at these levels, especially on the Bitcoin chart. This Bitcoin pair is massive for the overall strength of Hbar because it really shows the strength compared to Bitcoin. I wouldn't be surprised, and I know a lot of people will say that this is, a wide statement, or a broad statement, I should say. I wouldn't be surprised if Hbar outperforms Bitcoin very soon. And Bitcoin is still doing its thing. Like I said, we could definitely see 31K flat retest it. If that does happen, yes, we will have a little bit juicier of a buy on the USD pair. I could actually show you where that would head if we do get down to that 30K zone. So right now, we still have some massive volume flowing in on Hbar, but if we were to really get to that 30K zone flat, which I do know a lot of people are calling for 28K to 24K to 26K. Like I said, I have those marked down here. That 23 to 26K zone is very strong for demand, but it is also not guaranteed. A lot of people are still waiting for these levels down here to be hit, and I wouldn't be surprised if they got all kind of FOMO'd back in because they're waiting on those buys. So liquidations will most likely happen where they have to FOMO back in, where we do a massive pump up. But if we were to come down and retest 31K, say for so it's broken, we come down to 30K, where would that be for Hbar? So first, we would have to analyze the overall percentage pump or dump down. So it would be about a 6% fall on Bitcoin, which isn't much at all. Bitcoin dominance is still ranging pretty high. If we come over here, we could actually see dominance at 45, I believe. If we get the live dominance chart here, 1 second. The live dominance is showing us at, 1 second, I think it's about 46.3%. So right now, if Hbar was to drop with Bitcoin, if Bitcoin does go to 30K, we would most likely retest either this 16.5 zone down here, or just 16 flat, which I'm aiming more towards 16 flat. But it is hard to tell because, Bitcoin is falling and we are still holding fairly strong. Since that pump up and since the drop on Bitcoin, we only fell down only about 6.97%. So it's about the same droppage of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin at that level that we were at when we got that pump on Hbar, we were basically around that same point of 32.5K, and 32.5K down to this zone here is about half of what we fell on Hbar. So we could probably fall another 12% from our current zone, which would bring us to about, let's see, so it would bring us about to that exact 16-cent zone. So I wouldn't be surprised if we retest 16 cents. So if anybody was looking for a juicy buy on Hbar, 16 cents would be that buy opportunity overall. But I thought this was very incredible. We're seeing massive volume kind of flow in. Now, I don't know if these buy orders were targeted or hit. If they were, I mean, hey, you're probably in a loss, but it is what it is. But it is showing us that there is a large demand for Hbar, and the whales are accumulating Hbar at these low levels. Because when you look at something like this, I mean, this is just massively bullish. And like I said, this is pretty much that pump all the way up to that all-time high. If we look here on the USD pair, we could see where that all-time high is, which it is on March 15th. So yes, this was March 15th, and we pretty much ranged higher on May 13th. And on May 13th was this pump up to almost the all-time high. And like I said, we were ranging to get a major breakout on that day before Bitcoin started to fall massively. And at that point, Bitcoin dominance was fairly high at that 48. It was actually a little bit higher than 48, but it was around here. And then we pretty much pumped back up, and that's where alt really dropped down to these key significant levels. But let me know what you guys think on Hedera Hashgraph with the massive volume influx, and where we were at today, and where you guys think that we are going to be going. And let me know what you guys think about Hedera Hashgraph overall and why you're so bullish. I hope that you guys all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys do want more free content, you guys can follow me on Twitter at NCashOfficial. You guys could also join the free Discord down in the description below. And nonetheless, I hope you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out.